Hello, everyone. My name is Mike, and I'm the author of the Believers superhero novel trilogy. We are reading the book two today. So let me share my screen and we'll get to it. All right, so you should all see my screen. It is chapter 13, Fiery Engagement. Did you have fun today, Leah? Yes, today was a blast. What was your favorite part? Jerry asked. Eating delicious fries and burgers. We only eat healthy, boring stuff at foster care. They're really scared to give us sugar, too. They say it gets us too excited, and it's bad for our teeth. Well, I'm glad I could help you break the rules a bit. Are you ready to go home? No, of course not. But yeah, I know it's time to go. I get it, Leah. Sorry that I can't do more with you. It's okay. I really appreciate you visiting and taking me out. Nobody else does that for me. No problem. I enjoy hanging out with you. Anyway, are you excited about this weekend? Definitely. I can't believe we're going to be on live TV, Lee exclaimed. I'm excited too. I've been on the news before, but never on a talk show. It should be fun. It has to be fun. Whenever I watch those talk shows, people are happy and laughing, and they always give away prizes. Okay, don't get too greedy, Leah. I won't. Good. Let's return our gear and go home. Wait, Jerry, can I play one more quick game of laser tag before we go? Jerry tried saying no, but Leah showed her superpowered eyes changing colors, begging him to stay longer. He couldn't resist and gave in, but he made her promise to leave right after the game. Leah agreed and eagerly ran to the laser tag entrance. Jerry smiled as he watched her play the game. She totally abused her superpower by phasing through obstacles and shooting players from unusual positions. According to the rules, it wasn't cheating at all. Yet, it felt like cheating when Leah beat everyone, including high school and college students. A few of them were sore losers and accused her of cheating, but she firmly held her ground and the referee supported her as per the rules. Jerry spent most of his youth hiding his superpowers, too scared to show people his truth. So now he was proud of Leah for standing out and enjoying her life to the fullest. She had no fear, playing her best against players older and bigger than her. She was courageous in all aspects of her life, staying strong and positive despite having terminal cancer and no family to help her. Jerry tried his best to fill the void and become the family she never had, but some people did not understand or thought it was a waste of time since she was going to die soon. When Cynthia and the Millers heard about the upcoming TV talk show, they became worried about Jerry getting too close to Leah, so they tried having an intervention. Cynthia and Mrs. Miller spent Friday afternoon cooking and preparing a feast. Mr. Miller kept Jerry busy with gardening. While they planted flowers and mowed the lawn, Mr. Miller had a conversation with his son. Congratulations on getting engaged, son. Thanks, Dad. Cynthia made it easy on me. She says all the right things and always supports me. That's good to hear. She's a good girl. Make sure you devote all your time to her. Of course, Jerry replied nonchalantly. I'm serious, son. I think you're spreading yourself too thin. Working as a cop, FBI agent, astronaut, and superhero sounds like a lot of work. Then you've got this girl Leah and a talk show coming up. Can you handle all of it? Where does Cynthia fit in the picture? Jerry paused his gardening work for a moment. He didn't like his father's tone of voice and blitz of questions about his life decisions. Why now? He's never pressured me like this before. Did I do something wrong? Jerry thought to himself. After a moment of careful contemplation, he looked at his father and said, Everything's fine. I'm going inside the house to see if dinner's ready. Jerry walked away feeling annoyed, and Mr. Miller did not know if he successfully reached his son or not. Cynthia and Mrs. Miller were talking about Leah and became quiet the moment Jerry walked into the house. They forgot that Jerry had super hearing, and he did not like their conversation about Leah. However, He did not want to argue, so he pretended not to hear anything and went to the bathroom to clean up. He took a quick shower while thinking about recent events. He felt very happy about Cynthia and how far they'd come together. He also appreciated his parents for supporting him throughout his superhero journey. But now they're questioning his decisions and talking behind his back. It felt weird. Angel. Jerry got out of the shower, feeling stressed about his thoughts, and asked if dinner was ready. Mrs. Miller answered, "Almost. Your father is showering, and I'm setting up the table now. Hang out with your new fiancée until we're ready." Mrs. Miller was particularly happy about Cynthia joining the family. She viewed Cynthia as a guardian angel, someone who always watches over Jerry. He may be a superhero, but he's soft on the inside and needs Cynthia's love and support. Cynthia approached Jerry and sat on the couch with him to talk. "So, how did gardening go with your dad?" "Not great. He asked a bunch of weird questions." "Oh, what did he ask you about?" "Nothing. He's just worried about me," Jerry explained. "Well, I'm worried about us. I hated that stupid bus incident at the restaurant. That villain was trying to kill us, and that scared me. I don't mind you being a cop and saving lives, but we shouldn't have targets on our backs," Cynthia reasoned. Jerry was speechless. Cynthia had always supported him in the past, but now she did not. He wanted to be mad at her, but he knew she had a valid point. He felt guilty and said, "I'm sorry, Cynthia. I didn't mean to put you in danger." "I know, Jerry. I trust you and always believe you will protect me when we're together. But what if something bad happens when we're apart?" Once again, Jerry was at a loss of words. His parents were attacked last year, and his father almost died. Jerry barely made it in time to save him. What if something similar happened to Cynthia? Jerry remained silent, thinking of a solution, until Mrs. Miller yelled from the kitchen, "There's an app for that! I heard about it at work. Come on, everyone. We'll talk more about it while eating." Angel. Everyone finally sat down at the dinner table, and what a feast it was. Corn on the cob, mashed sweet potato, pork loin, grilled snapper, white rice, and black beans filled everyone's stomach. Most of them conducted small talk during their meal, but Jerry happily ate without saying a word. He loved eating as quickly as possible, fearing that his fresh hot food would go cold. He also viewed his eating style as a sign of respect to the chefs, showing Mrs. Miller and Cynthia that he really enjoyed their cooking. Once everyone finished eating, Mrs. Miller pulled out her cell phone and explained how to use a new app. This app is really simple. It's a red panic button icon on your home screen. If you have an emergency, you press the red panic button and the app automatically sends a text message with your location to all emergency contacts on your phone. I think we should all have this app in case something dire happens and we need help. Agreed? Everyone agreed and downloaded the app. Then they checked their emergency contacts to ensure they were all correct and up to date. Afterward, Mrs. Miller took a deep breath, looked at Jerry, and asked, "How are things going with Leah?" "She's okay, for now. She's really looking forward to the TV talk show tomorrow." "And how do you feel about it, Jerry?" "I've never been on a TV show before, so I'm excited and nervous." "Are you sure going on live TV is a good idea?" Mrs. Miller inquired, like a detective. "Well, Leah's really excited about it, and I have to support her." "It's not too late to back out, Jerry. You already saved her life at the beach, and you've done so many nice things for her." "But Leah's really special, and she doesn't have much time left, so I won't ditch her now." "You could always make an excuse. Tell Leah that you have to work tomorrow, and don't forget that we have a wedding to plan." "Mom, stop. What are you trying to do?" "Why don't you want me to help Leah?" Mrs. Miller frowned, hoping that Jerry would give in and make this easier. She looked at Jerry sincerely and said, "We're all worried that you're getting too close to Leah." "Why? Is that a bad thing?" Jerry asked with aggression. Mr. Miller noticed his son's intensity and said, "We know Leah is dying soon." It may be difficult to let her go if you're so close. Maybe it's better to have some distance. And this is exactly what Leah was afraid of. She told me that people are scared to be friends with her because she's dying. But that's so dumb. I would never do that to her. But what about our wedding? What about your parents? And what about you? Don't you have things you want or need to do? You can't save everyone, Jerry, Cynthia reasoned. Jerry looked at everyone with disappointment and replied, what kind of friend or hero would I be if I turned my back on a little girl? Everyone looked defeated. They were trying to help Jerry and did not want him to get hurt, but he took it the wrong way. Cynthia wanted to apologize, but Jerry's phone rang, and he picked up. Normally, he never picks up the phone at the dinner table, but they could all hear a voice yelling for help. Jerry quickly put his phone away and announced, I have to go. Ryan's business is being attacked by a dangerous new believer. Cynthia gasped, and Mrs. Miller said, be careful. Jerry nodded his head and disappeared in an instant. Mr. Miller quietly uttered a short prayer, hoping Ryan and his son would be okay. Oh, Angel, Angel. Ryan and other co-workers were cowering in fear, hiding under their work desks. A man calling himself Inferno was standing at the entrance. He was engulfed in red-hot flames from head to toe. He blasted fire at the ceiling and collapsed the front entrance. There was a back door, but people were afraid to run for it because they might be attacked by Inferno. This villain was dangerous. Ryan heard rumors that he might be a former mafia member and prisoner from a nearby jail. Inferno was slowly burning everything from the front to the back of the store, and Ryan was getting desperate. He held a fire extinguisher in his hands, ready to attack the villain and defend his coworkers. Thankfully, Jerry popped up in front of Ryan just in time. He gave Ryan a thumbs up and walked toward Inferno. The villain was cocky and reckless, immediately sending a huge wave of fire at Jerry that would kill everyone in the building. Normally, he would try and talk the villain down, but Ryan had already briefed Jerry on the phone about Inferno. Jerry spread his arms wide like an eagle and created a large wall of red energy, catching all the incoming fire and protecting everyone behind him. The red energy wall continued to grow into an enormous sphere, absorbing all fire in the building. Jerry screamed out, last chance, Inferno. Stand down now and nobody gets hurt. Inferno yelled back, I'm going to kill you all, and unleashed his full firepower. Jerry added his own solar energy to the sphere and pushed it forward. Inferno kept shooting fire, hoping to push the sphere back to Jerry. However, Inferno was only making the sphere stronger as it continued to barrel toward himself. It crashed into Inferno and exploded. Building debris burst out onto the streets. Inferno tumbled across the road like a ragdoll. The whole front of the store was obliterated. Everyone else was safe because Jerry used his own energy to push all the force of the blast toward Inferno. He may be immune to fire, but he was not immune to the immense force contained within that blast. As a result, Inferno was lying on the road, unconscious, but still breathing. Ryan and his coworkers cheered with joy, feeling grateful to be alive. Jerry checked with everyone to ensure they were okay. Most of them ran outside to call family and friends. Ryan, however, stayed to assess the damage and catch up with his old friend. Ryan wiped sweat off his forehead and proclaimed, thank God I own superpower insurance. Jerry grinned and replied, is that for real? You bet it is. It was my idea too. I created superpower insurance right after Kevin appeared last year, and many people invested loads of cash into my company. You're always thinking ahead, Ryan. I'm proud of you, bro. Thanks, Jerry. I can't believe you showed up so quickly. I thought I was going to have to fight that guy with a fire extinguisher. What a dumb idea. No worries. I always got your back. Ryan pointed at Inferno and asked, what do you do with people like Inferno? Do you have a superpowered jail or something? Jerry scratched his head and answered, I usually call the FBI and they figure it out. Jerry took out his cell phone to call Agent X, but suddenly Porter appeared. He touched Inferno Soldier and they both disappeared. Porter had successfully kidnapped Inferno, right under Jerry's nose. Ryan looked at Jerry and said, That wasn't the FBI, was it? Jerry facepalmed himself, and Agent X answered the phone. Jerry told him the bad news, and Ryan could hear Agent X angrily screaming through Jerry's phone. I hope you don't get in too much trouble, Ryan commented. Yep, great way to end the night, Jerry admitted in defeat. Then he concentrated for a moment and teleported to Agent X to deal with the backlash. And that's it. That's the end of chapter 13. And by the way, if you're wondering, I did turn my head a couple times to try to call the attention of my cat. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of chapter 13. I hope you all enjoyed it and hope to see you next time for the next video. Thank you so much.